Hey, happy Sunday. So check it out. I'm heading to the airport right now to pick up Sandy and the kids. They're up at Sandy's dad's surprise birthday, and I had to work this weekend. So I hung out with Katie all weekend. But anyways, so I know normally, this is me and Sandy kind of hashing it up a little bit, but I had a couple thoughts and I wanted to share them. But I want to start with kind of my testimony because many know me, but I doubt even those that know me truly know me, like know who I am now and who God has changed me into and all that. But so I've known the Lord for about 20 years, probably good 20 years. I'll say it like this: I knew the Lord. I've known the Lord for 20 years. And I say it like that as a preface for what's to come. So I've known him for about 20 years. I've had many glimpses of him. Okay. You know that feeling when you're in church and, you just feel like God is speaking directly to you or your situation through the pastor. That's a glimpse, a little snapshot glimpse of God touching you and his hand on you, and you feel it, and it's great. And you get this euphoric spiritual feeling and you run with it a little bit, but kind of fizzles as you get into your rest of your Sunday, and then by Monday it's typically gone and you're on to your normal gig, your normal life. Anyways, that's for me. Okay. So I lived that way for a really long time. Through that journey, through that my walk, the battle was real. Like, I battled with alcoholism bad. I battled on and off smoking pot. I battled with sexual addictions and stuff like that. Just the normal stuff that a lot of men struggle with. Many don't have the to admit. But I struggled with all that stuff. But I would kind of land back on my feet for the most part. I did have a couple kind of bad fallouts where I'd backslide bad, and then I'd get back on the horse and all that. But it wasn't until about 9 months ago that I had this complete meltdown surrender to God, where it was more than just a glimpse of his hand on my life. It was a feeling of like, holy cow, like I've known God for a long time, but I don't think I really knew him. And as it turns out, let me back up. So Jesus says in Matthew, he says, many in the last days will come to me saying, Lord, Lord. And did I not prophesy in your name? Did I not, la-di-da-di, Lord, Lord, calling on Jesus. And Jesus is going to look at him and be like, dude, I never knew you, bro. I never knew you. So let me fast forward back here. So I have this little meltdown where I'm just like, God, what is going on? Why do I, just like Paul says, and it's what's written on my arm here. It's like, Lord, the things that I want to do, I cannot seem to do. The things I know I shouldn't do, yet I continue to do. And I have this meltdown. It's like, dude, why am I caught up in this cycle of up and down, living off of my brief glimpses of the Lord? And I'm like, God, I just don't want anything at all. Like, just take it all. Take it all. Like, I don't even care anymore. Just take it all. And in a moment of that surrender, my eyes were opened. That was it. That was it for me. I've been sober for a pretty decent long time now. 3 years to be exact. Okay. But sobriety was, when I quit drinking 3 years ago, was me attempting to get control of my own life. And yeah, God had a role in it too. I know that I needed to do it. And I feel like I was prompted to do it. But it was me trying to control my life. And what Jesus wants is for him to have control of my life. In that moment, sitting in my shop in December, 9 months ago, 10 months ago, whatever, was that moment for me. And I'm like, dude, this is it. God. I don't want to try to control it. It's exhausting trying to control my own life. And all of a sudden, I found myself wanting more of those glimpses because I got that glimpse sitting in my shop. And so I went back to work, and of course I was sobbing a little bit, and I called my brother Jeff, and I talked to Sandy, of course. I'm like, you won't believe what just happened to me. I feel great. And I get back to work, and I'm working again, and all of a sudden I'm like, no, this isn't enough. I want another glimpse. So then I start listening to some audiobooks, and then I went, and then I get back to work and listen to a little worship, and then I get back in the house, I'm done working, I take a shower, I'm like, nah, man, I'm not done. I want another glimpse of God. And so then I started reading. Y'all, when many Christians, and I'm saying most, as in most of you Christians were like me, for 16, 17, 18 years. You think you know God? You don't know God. Or maybe you think you do, but he doesn't know you. And when you die, he's going to look at you and go, I never knew you. That's because you lack the balls to surrender your life and realize that you can't do it on your own. That you need him. He wants to control your life. So you surrender it to him. And then guess what? That little glimpse that you have once a week turns in once a day when you read. 2 times a day, 3 times a day, glimpses after glimpses of God touching you as you pursue him within your surrender. And then guess what? Before you know it, you're living in this like constant need to get glimpses of God. That is seeking. That is knocking. And that's when you will find. And y'all, there's nothing like it in this world because nothing matters. COVID, masks, freaking nothing matters in this world at all but the eternal perspective. Because whether you believe it or not, it's happening. And when you die, it doesn't matter what you believe at that point. You're going to look at God. He's going to judge you. And you're going one of 2 places. That's all there is to it, man. That's it. So deal with it. Deal with it. All right? Take control by letting go completely. There is no need to control it. You let God take control. And be blessed. Feel peace. You know that if you go back through my Instagram stuff and stuff like that, I was dealing with heart issues and stuff like that a couple years ago. Anxiety, stress, all that. It just dawned on me, I don't deal with any of that anymore. There's no stress, there's no anxiety. I've never loved my wife or my kids like I love them now. You know? That constant pursuit, that glimpse. Like when you go on vacation. You know, like when you go on vacation and there's that moment of kind of that surreal kind of nostalgia of like, dude, I'm done with work and I'm going on vacation, and you're excited and you're pumped to wherever you're going. Eventually that wears off because, towards the tail end of your vacation, you're like, oh, I gotta go back to work. Okay, well, heaven is going to be that nostalgia of getting to go on vacation for eternity. Eternity. Forever. So guess what, man? Let go today. Just let go today. Grow a pair. Let go of your life because you're nothing. You're nothing. You're nothing. There is no godly men in this world. We're a bunch of sinful, broken, busted up, wannabe, arrogant, pathetic people. And we live for a merciful and grace-filled, loving God who loves us by letting go of that stuff. And he fills us and replaces all that arrogance with kindness and peace and love, man. There is nothing like it in this world. I challenge you. I dare you. Do this today. Anyways, that's my testimony. Had to share it. Long-winded. Thanks for listening. Love y'all.